In the U.S., the late U.S. Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg made history again today. Her flag-draped coffin was carried into the U.S. Capitol, where it lay in state as mourners paid their respects. Ginsburg is the first woman and the first Jewish person in American history to be honored this way. And late today, American media outlets are reporting President Trump intends to nominate Judge Amy Coney Barrett to fill Ruth Bader Ginsburg's seat on the U.S. Supreme Court. The political battle over that seat is one factor driving Americans to the polls. The election isn't until November 3rd, but early voting has already begun in many states, and there are long lines at polling stations. Jackson Proskow went to Virginia and found Americans highly motivated to vote.
More than 5 weeks before the election, and this is the line for early voting in Northern Virginia.
I think Trump's the motivating factor.
I want to make sure my vote gets counted.
It's been like this every day since the polls opened. Fairfax County typically sees high turnout, but nothing like this.
Right now, we're anticipating a 90% turnout for Fairfax County.
Most will vote early, in person or by mail.
We want to make sure the election is honest, and I'm not sure that it can be.
Each time the president casts doubt about the outcome, the more people seem to rush to the polls.
There is a lot of anxiety, right? And if you just do the right thing, I think the anxiety will be kind of reduced.
Daily developments from the pandemic to the courts only add to the urgency.
It's a very high-stakes election year, and it's my first time voting.
Siblings Steve and Sally Jones came here after the sudden death of Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Make sure that we grant the last wish of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, which was to not be replaced until there's a new president in office.
This is amazing to me.
Supporters of President Donald Trump are just as anxious about the outcome.
He's done great for the country thus far, and I want him to continue to do so.
Some form of early voting is now underway in more than 24 states. Nearly half of eligible voters say they plan to vote before November 3rd.
I would walk through glass and hot charcoal and bare feet to make this election. I want my country back.
The result is that by Election Day, in many counties, a majority may have already cast their ballots, leaving the candidates little room to change minds in the final weeks of the campaign. Jackson Proskow, Global News, Fairfax County, Virginia.